The abandonment. The rain fell like cold needles from the dark alien sky. Far from any city lights, a wide metal field stretched across the rocky land. Broken machines, burned ships, and rusted cages lay scattered like forgotten bones. This was a dumping zone, where aliens left things they no longer wanted. At the center of the field, a massive feline tiger beast lay chained to the ground. It was huge, bigger than any animal from Earth. Its body was covered in thick silver and black fur, now dirty and torn. Deep scars crossed its sides. One of its legs shook as it tried and failed to stand. The beast breathed slowly. Each breath sounded painful. Inside its body, something moved. Deadly parasites. They crawled beneath its skin, feeding on its strength, its pain growing with every second. The parasites were not natural. They were created by alien scientists, designed to control, weaken, and break powerful creatures like this one. The beast let out a low growl. Not angry, not wild. It was a sound of suffering. Nearby, a group of aliens watched from a distance. Tall, thin figures with glowing eyes and metal armor. Their leader looked at the beast with clear disgust. "It is useless now," the leader said. "The parasites have damaged its nervous system." Another alien checked a data pad. Removal chance is less than 2%. Treatment costs too much. The leader turned away. "Then leave it. Mark it as a failed asset." The word asset meant everything. To them, the beast was never alive, just a tool. As the aliens walked back toward their ship, the beast lifted its head with great effort. Its eyes glowed faintly in the darkness. For a moment, it looked at them, not with hate, but with something worse. Fear. The chains rattled as it tried to move. Pain shot through its body, and the parasites reacted. Sharp spikes pushed against its skin from the inside. The beast roared loudly, the sound echoing across the empty land. The aliens did not turn back. Their ship engines came alive, bright blue lights cutting through the rain. In seconds, the ship lifted into the sky and vanished into the clouds. Silence returned. Only the rain remained. The beast collapsed onto the cold metal ground. Its strength was fading fast. The parasites were winning. Several kilometers away, inside a small human salvage vehicle, a man froze. Ethan Cole was not supposed to be here. Humans were allowed only in safe trade zones, not abandoned alien worlds like this one. But Ethan made his living finding old wrecks and broken tech, things others threw away. That was when he heard it. A roar. Not a clean roar of power, but broken, full of pain. Ethan slowly lowered his scanner. "That wasn't machinery," he whispered. His onboard system flashed a warning. "Unknown life form detected. Danger level, extreme." Ethan should have turned back. Any smart person would have. Instead, he followed the sound. Rain hit the windshield as his vehicle moved closer to the dumping zone. Through the fog, he saw chains, then a massive shape on the ground. When the headlights fully lit the area, Ethan stopped breathing. The beast was enormous. Even lying down, it looked powerful, but the power was fading. Its sides moved weakly as it struggled to breathe. Dark lines moved under its skin, like something alive beneath the surface. Parasites. Ethan had seen alien parasites before, but never this advanced. Someone had done this on purpose. The beast opened one eye. It locked onto the vehicle. Ethan's heart pounded. Slowly, the beast lifted its head and let out a warning growl. Weak but clear. Ethan raised his hands inside the vehicle, even though the creature could not understand the gesture. "I'm not here to hurt you," he said quietly. The beast's eye trembled. Its growl faded into a rough breath. Then its head dropped back to the ground. Ethan scanned the area. No alien ships. No guards. They had really left it here to die. "That's cruel," Ethan muttered. His system warned him again. Recommended action. Leave area immediately. Ethan ignored it. He stepped out into the rain. Each step toward the beast felt heavier than the last. The chains were thick, burned into the ground. Military grade. This was no animal. This was a weapon they broke and threw away. The beast's breathing slowed. Its chest barely moved now. One of the parasites pushed against its skin, glowing faintly. Ethan realized something terrifying. If nothing was done soon, the parasites would burst out, killing the beast in minutes. Ethan stood there, soaked and shaking. One human, one dying alien beast, against technology that even advanced species feared. He swallowed hard. "If I leave," he said to himself, "you die." The beast let out a soft sound, almost like a breath of understanding. Ethan looked at the chains, then at his small vehicle, then back at the creature's fading eyes. He made his choice, and that choice would echo across the galaxy. When the beast opened its eyes, the first mistake Ethan made was stepping closer. The second mistake was staying. The feline tiger beast was still alive, but barely. Its massive chest rose and fell in slow, painful breaths. Rain washed over its fur, mixing with dark blood that ran from open wounds. Beneath its skin, the parasites moved faster now, sensing weakness. They were hungry. Ethan stood just a few meters away. His hands shook, not from the cold, but from the size of the creature in front of him. One wrong move, and this beast could tear him apart in seconds. But it did not move. Its eye was half open, dull, but watching. Not hunting, watching. Ethan activated his wrist scanner and slowly aimed it at the beast. The screen filled with red warnings. Parasitic organisms. Active. Host failure. 87%. Time remaining. Unknown. "Someone did this to you," Ethan said quietly. The beast twitched. A low sound came from deep in its throat. Pain surged through its body as the parasites reacted to the scan, sending sharp pulses through its nerves. Suddenly, the beast roared. The sound was explosive. Chains rattled violently as the creature's body lifted off the ground for a moment. Its claws scraped metal, sending sparks into the rain-filled air. Ethan fell backward, hitting the ground hard. His scanner flew from his hand. The beast's eyes snapped open, wide and glowing. For a single terrifying second, predator instinct took control. The beast lunged. The chain stopped it. Metal screamed as the restraints held, barely. The beast slammed into the limit of the chains, its jaws snapping just meters from Ethan's face. Hot breath washed over him. Sharp teeth glistened inches away. Ethan did not move. He could not. The beast froze. Its eyes locked onto his. Something changed. Behind the rage, behind the pain, there was confusion. Fear. The parasites surged again, burning through the beast's nerves. The creature screamed, not in anger this time, but in agony. It collapsed, its massive body crashing into the ground. The chains fell slack again. Ethan gasped for air. That hurt you," he whispered, realizing the truth. The parasites were controlling the pain. They punished resistance. Slowly, Ethan pushed himself up. Every survival instinct told him to run. But he noticed something strange. The beast was not looking at him like prey. It was watching him like a threat and a hope. Ethan moved his hand slowly, picking up the scanner. He adjusted the settings, lowering the power. This time, the parasites reacted less. "Okay," he said softly. "Easy." The beast's breathing steadied just a little. Ethan stepped closer, one careful step at a time. He stopped when the beast growled again, low and weak. "I won't touch you," Ethan said. "Not yet." He scanned the chains. Alien military grade. Shock enabled. Linked directly to the parasites. Ethan's stomach dropped. "They tied your pain to these chains," he said. "If you fight, they kill you." The beast's ears flattened. Its claws dug into the metal ground. It understood. The rain grew heavier. Thunder rolled across the sky. Ethan checked his vehicle. It was small, old, barely enough power to lift heavy scrap. Certainly not a living monster. Then he saw the shelter. An old cargo hangar, half buried in rock. Broken doors. No power. But it was cover. If he could get the beast there, the problem was the chains. Ethan looked at his cutting torch. One cut would trigger the shock. The parasites would react instantly. The beast would die. Ethan clenched his fists. "Aliens called this smart design," he said bitterly. "They forgot one thing." He looked at the beast again. "You're still alive." The beast lifted its head slightly. Its eyes never left him. Ethan slowly reached into his bag and pulled out a small injector. Basic human medical gel. used for burns and nerve damage. Nothing alien, nothing advanced. Probably useless, he said, but it's all I have. He stepped closer, closer than any sane human would ever go. The beast growled again, but weaker now. Its strength was fading fast. Ethan injected the gel into an open wound on its leg. The beast screamed. Ethan almost pulled away, but then he felt it. The scream changed. The parasites recoiled. The gel burned the nerves just enough to confuse them. For the first time, the parasites lost control, even for a second. The beast felt it. Hope. Its eyes widened, not in rage but shock. Ethan stared at the scanner. Parasite activity dropped just a little. Ethan laughed once. Short. Nervous. It worked, he whispered. Then the scanner flashed again. Alert. External signal detected. Ethan looked up at the sky. Alien trackers. They're coming back, he said. The beast growled low and deadly. This time not from pain, from warning. And in that moment, Ethan understood something important. The galaxy did not abandon a monster that night. It created a bond, and the aliens were about to regret ever leaving it behind. The pain that broke the chains. The shelter door slammed shut behind Ethan. The sound echoed through the dark cargo hangar like a gunshot. Inside, the air was cold and still. Broken lights hung from the ceiling. Rusted crates formed shadows along the walls. Rain leaked through cracks above, dripping onto the metal floor. The feline tiger beast lay just inside the entrance, its massive body blocking most of the space. The chains dragged behind it, scraping loudly as Ethan had managed, somehow, to pull it into the shelter before the trackers arrived. Now, there was no running. The beast was getting worse. Its breathing turned fast and shallow. Foam gathered at the sides of its mouth. Under its skin, the parasites moved violently, glowing brighter than before. They knew. They were being challenged. Ethan knelt a safe distance away, his scanner trembling in his hand. The screen flashed warnings nonstop. Parasitic override active. Host pain level. Maximum. Chain lock system. Armed. If I touch the chains, you die, Ethan said quietly. The beast growled weak but angry. Its claws scraped the floor, leaving deep marks in the metal. Ethan looked at the wound he had treated earlier. The human medical gel was still glowing faintly. The parasite activity around that area was lower. That was the answer. Not alien tech. Human logic. Ethan dug through his bag and pulled out more injectors. Not strong. Not advanced. Just simple nerve gel, pain blockers, and stabilizers. Tools never meant for something this big. This is crazy, he whispered. Thunder rolled outside. The shelter shook. The beast suddenly screamed. Not a roar. A scream. The parasites surged at once, forcing the beast's body to arch violently. One parasite pushed hard against the skin of its chest, trying to break free. Ethan's scanner beeped wildly. Parasite breach imminent. If that thing comes out, you're dead, Ethan said. The beast's eyes locked onto him. Wide. Desperate. Ethan did not look away. He moved closer. Every step felt like stepping toward death. The beast's jaws snapped once, weak, uncontrolled. Ethan stopped. He lowered himself to one knee. I know it hurts, he said. I know. Slowly, carefully, he reached out and placed his hand on the beast's chest. The skin was burning hot. The parasite beneath it writhed. The beast froze. For one impossible moment, it did not attack. Ethan injected the gel directly above the parasite. The beast screamed so loud the walls shook. Ethan held on. The pain blockers confused the parasite. Its movement slowed. The glowing beneath the skin faded. The beast collapsed again, gasping. Ethan fell backward, breathing hard. It works, he said, but not enough. He stared at the chains again. Then he saw it. The chains were powered by the parasites themselves. Remove the parasites. The chains lose control. The aliens had never planned for that. They believed removal was impossible. Ethan stood up slowly. This will kill you, he said to the beast, or it will free you. The beast lifted its head weakly. It made a sound Ethan did not expect. A low rumble. Not pain. Agreement. Ethan swallowed. Okay, he said. Then we try. He positioned the cutting torch near the beast's chest, but did not touch the chains. Instead, he aimed for the parasite bulge beneath the skin. "One shot," he whispered. He activated the torch. Heat filled the air. The smell of burned flesh and metal mixed together. The parasite screamed, a sound that was not natural. The beast thrashed violently, chains slamming into the floor. Sparks flew. The lock system screamed as power spiked. Ethan did not stop. The parasite burst free in a spray of dark liquid, hitting the floor and melting part of the metal. It died instantly. Silence followed. The beast collapsed, unmoving. Ethan's heart stopped. Then, the chains went dark. No glow. No shock. They fell loose. Ethan stared. The impossible had happened. The beast's chest rose. Once. Twice. Its eyes opened slowly. Clear. Aware. Free. Then the scanner screamed again. Multiple hostiles inbound. Alien soldiers. Close. Ethan turned toward the shelter door. The beast pushed itself up. Slowly. Powerfully. No chains pulled it back this time. It stood. For the first time without pain. It stepped forward and placed itself between Ethan and the door. Its body filled the shelter. Its eyes burned bright. Not as a weapon. As a guardian. Outside, alien voices echoed through the rain. They had come to reclaim their monster. They were about to learn something terrifying. The monster no longer belonged to them. The day humans said no, the alien soldiers arrived quietly. Too quietly. Their ships hovered above the dumping zone, lights off, weapons armed. Rain fell harder now, washing the ground clean of blood, but not of guilt. Inside the broken cargo shelter, Ethan felt it before he saw it. A deep vibration in the metal floor. "They're here," he said. The feline tiger beast did not move. It stood in front of him, tall and wide, its massive body blocking the shelter entrance. Its breathing was steady now. Strong. The pain was gone, but the memory of it was not. Outside, alien boots hit the ground. One voice echoed through a translator. "Human, step away from the asset." "Asset?" Ethan clenched his fists. "There is no asset here," he replied. "Only something you try to kill." The aliens laughed. "We built it. We own it." The beast growled low. The sound vibrated through the walls. Not wild. Controlled. Warning. Alien soldiers moved closer, weapons raised. Plasma rifles hummed as they charged. Ethan whispered, "Easy." The beast did not charge. It waited. That confused the aliens. They stepped inside the shelter. That was their mistake. The lead alien raised his weapon and aimed at the beast's head. "Last warning, human." Ethan stepped forward. "No," he said. The word was calm. Firm. "Human." The alien fired. The plasma bolt never reached Ethan. The beast moved. Faster than anyone expected. Its body exploded forward, slamming into the alien squad like a living wall. One soldier was crushed instantly. Another was thrown across the shelter, hitting the wall with a sickening sound. The rest opened fire. Plasma burned fur and flesh, but the beast did not stop. It roared, not in pain, in rage. Claws ripped through armor like paper. A tail strike sent another soldier flying. The shelter filled with smoke, sparks, and screams. Ethan pressed himself against the wall, heart pounding. This was not a weapon gone wild. This was a protector choosing to fight. One alien aimed directly at Ethan. The beast saw it. It took the shot. Plasma burned into its side, but it did not fall. Instead, it turned slowly, eyes glowing brighter than before. The alien froze. Predator instinct failed him. The beast lunged and ended the threat in one motion. Silence fell. Bodies lay broken on the floor. The shelter smelled of burned metal and blood. Ethan stared. The beast turned back to him. It lowered its head slightly. Alive. Choosing. Outside, more ships descended. Ethan's scanner screamed. "Heavy units inbound." "This is bad," Ethan said. The beast looked toward the open sky. Its ears flattened. It knew. The aliens regrouped fast. This time, they did not enter. They surrounded the shelter. The lead commander's voice returned, colder now. "You have interfered with classified military property, human. This ends now." Heavy cannons powered up. Ethan looked around. No escape. Then the beast did something unexpected. It stepped out of the shelter, into the rain, into open fire. "Wait!" Ethan shouted. The beast roared at the sky, a sound so loud it echoed across the valley. The aliens hesitated. That roar was not just sound. It was a signal. From the clouds above, something answered. A deep, distant echo. Another roar. Ethan's eyes widened. "They're not alone," he whispered. The alien commander panicked. "Fire! Now!" Cannons fired. The beast stood its ground, shielding Ethan behind it. Plasma hit its body again and again, but it did not fall. Then the ground shook. From the hills beyond the dumping zone, shadows moved. More beasts. Same kind. Same scars. Same glowing eyes. They had been hiding, watching, waiting. The galaxy had believed this species was rare. Controlled. Broken. They were wrong. The beasts charged. Alien lines broke instantly. Ships lifted off in panic. Soldiers ran. Weapons were dropped. Ethan watched in shock as the battlefield turned. Not because of humans. Because humans refused to abandon one life. The lead alien commander screamed as his ship lifted away. "This is not over." Ethan stepped beside the beast, rain soaking them both. "It is," he said quietly. The beast looked down at him. Then it did something no alien report had ever recorded. It pressed its forehead gently against Ethan's shoulder. Trust, loyalty, choice. Above them, alien ships fled into the clouds. Across the battlefield, the other beast stopped and watched the human. Not as prey, not as master, as something new, a protector. And far away, alien leaders would soon ask a terrifying question. If humans could turn monsters into allies, what else could they change? The beast made its choice. The battlefield was silent. Rain fell softly now, washing away smoke, blood, and fear. Broken alien weapons lay scattered across the ground. Burned armor steamed in the cold air. Ethan stood still, hardly breathing. Around him, the feline tiger beasts remained frozen. Dozens of them. Massive. Scarred. Free. They did not attack. They watched. Every glowing eye was fixed on one human. Ethan slowly lowered his hands. His heart beat loud in his chest. "I didn't come to fight," he said quietly. "I just didn't want one of you to die." The beast beside him, the one he saved, took a slow step forward. Then another. It placed itself between Ethan and the others. A shield. A statement. The other beast growled low. Not angry. Questioning. The saved beast turned its head and released a deep rumble. A sound full of memory. Pain. Survival. It showed them its side. Burn marks, scars, parasite wounds. Then it looked back at Ethan and lowered its head. The beasts understood. These creatures were not stupid weapons. They remembered everything. How aliens chained them. How parasites burned them. How they were thrown away when broken. And now, how one human stayed. One by one, the other beasts relaxed. Claws lowered. Tails dropped. No attack came. Far above, alien ships hovered at a safe distance. They did not fire. They recorded. Their commanders could not believe what they were seeing. A human had not controlled the beast. He had been chosen. Inside one alien ship, a general watched the feed in silence. "This changes everything," he whispered. Back on the ground, Ethan knelt slowly in the mud. He did not look away from the beasts. "You're free now," he said. "You don't owe me anything." The saved beast stepped closer. It lowered its massive body until it was level with Ethan. Then it did something no one expected. It lay down, exposed its neck. Trust. Ethan swallowed hard. Slowly, carefully, he reached out and placed his hand on the beast's fur. Warm. Alive. The beast closed its eyes. Across the battlefield, the other beasts released a low, unified sound. Not a roar. A vow. At that moment, alien sensors picked up something new. The beast's neural patterns were changing. Without parasites, without control, their intelligence was rising. The aliens had never allowed that. They had feared it. A message was sent across the galaxy. Human interference confirmed. Bioweapon species, no longer compliant. Threat level, unknown. On distant worlds, councils argued. Military leaders shouted. Scientists panicked. How did a human do this? He didn't dominate it. He didn't fear it. Ethan stood as the beast slowly formed a loose circle around him. Protective, not owned. The saved beast looked toward the stars where alien ships watched. Its eyes burned bright. It roared once. A message sent across space. We remember. We are free, and we choose who stands with us. Alien ships retreated further. For the first time in centuries, the galaxy saw fear in alien command channels. Not fear of beasts. Fear of humans. Ethan felt it then. This was bigger than him. Bigger than survival. He had broken a system built on cruelty. And the galaxy would never forget who started it. As the rain stopped and the clouds slowly parted, Ethan stood among legends. And somewhere deep in space, alien leaders began preparing for something they never planned for. A future where humans were no longer weak. They were the ones who changed monsters into allies. And allies into something far more dangerous. When the galaxy held its breath, the signal spread faster than fear. Across the galaxy, screens lit up with the same image. A human standing in the rain, surrounded by feline tiger beasts. Not chained, not controlled, free. Alien councils gathered in emergency chambers. Military leaders replayed the footage again and again. Scientists stared at data that made no sense. How did the human disable the parasites? Why are the beasts obeying him? They're not obeying, one scientist said quietly. They're choosing. That word caused silence. Choice was never part of the design. On the dumping world, Ethan felt the change before he understood it. The air was different. Heavy, like the universe itself was watching. The beasts moved closer, forming a wide circle around him. Not tight, not threatening, protective. The saved beast stood at his side. Then it did something strange. It lifted its head and released a long, deep call. Not a roar of war, but a signal. From far beyond the hills, answers came. Ships, not alien, human, old cargo ships, salvage vessels, civilian transports. They had followed the broadcast. Humans had seen what Ethan did, and they came. The first ship landed carefully at the edge of the field. A ramp lowered. Humans stepped out slowly, hands empty. They saw the beasts. They did not run. Ethan turned, shocked. You shouldn't be here, he said. This is dangerous. A woman stepped forward. Engineer. Civilian. So it was what you did, she replied. You didn't walk away. Neither will we. More humans arrived. Doctors. Mechanics. Medics. No soldiers. Alien observers watched in disbelief. The beasts tensed, but the saved beast spoke first. A low rumble. Calm. The others relaxed. The humans worked carefully. They did not touch without permission. They studied the parasite wounds. They shared simple tools. The beasts allowed it. Across alien space, panic spread. These humans are forming bonds, an alien commander said. This was never predicted. On a distant war council world, an elder spoke the truth no one wanted to hear. We did not lose control of the beasts, he said. We lost the moral ground. Orders were sent. Capture the human. Destroy the evidence. Back on the dumping world, Ethan felt it again. Danger. The sky darkened as alien warships jumped in without warning. Bigger than before. Armed heavier. This time they did not talk. They fired. Explosions tore through the ground near the human ships. Humans screamed and scattered. One transport caught fire. Ethan ran forward. Get back, he shouted. The beasts reacted instantly. Not wild. Organized. They moved as one wall, placing themselves between alien fire and the humans. Plasma hit flesh. They did not fall. They roared together. The sound shook the sky. Then something changed. Human ships powered weapons. Not to attack, to defend. A human captain spoke across open channels. This is civilian space. You fire again, you answer to us. The alien commander laughed. You are weak. Ethan stepped into the open. Blood ran down the saved beast's side. We were weak, Ethan said, until you taught us what cruelty looks like. The beasts roared again. Across the galaxy, millions watched live. The first human-beast defense line in history. Alien weapons hesitated. For the first time, they realized the truth. These creatures were not weapons anymore. They were allies. And humans had something the galaxy feared more than strength. They had empathy. The alien fleet pulled back, not defeated, but shaken. On council worlds, leaders argued deep into the night. How do you fight an enemy that makes your weapons choose another side? On the dumping world, as fires were put out and wounded treated, Ethan leaned against the saved beast. "You okay?" he whispered. The beast lowered its head and touched Ethan gently. Yes. Above them, the stars burned bright. The galaxy had not declared war, but it had drawn a line, and everyone knew it. The next step would decide everything. What the galaxy will never forget. The galaxy did not sleep that night. From small trade stations to massive alien capitals, every screen showed the same image again and again. A human, standing beside a beast once called a weapon. Both alive, both free. Alien leaders argued in closed rooms. Their voices were sharp with fear. If humans can do this, one commander said, they can break everything we control. They didn't break it, an elder replied slowly. They showed it was wrong. That answer scared them more. On the dumping world, the sun finally rose. Golden light spread across the broken land, touching metal, scars, and living beings alike. Smoke faded. The rain stopped. Ethan stood quietly, watching the beasts move freely across the field. No chains dragged behind them. No parasites burned beneath their skin. For the first time, they were not looking for orders. They were choosing where to go. Human ships prepared to leave. The injured were treated. Fires were out. Silence returned. Ethan knew his part was almost over. He turned toward the saved beast. "You don't need me anymore," he said softly. "You're free." The beast studied him for a long moment. Then it did something no one expected. It stepped closer. The ground shook under its weight. Its glowing eyes were calm, clear, intelligent. It lowered its head and touched Ethan's chest gently with its forehead. Not ownership, not command, family. The other beasts stopped and watched. Then, one by one, they lowered their heads too, a sign of respect. Across the galaxy, alien translators struggled to explain what they were seeing. Because this was not submission. It was loyalty. A human commander's voice came through Ethan's communicator. "You started something bigger than all of us," she said. "The councils are changing laws already." Ethan shook his head. "I didn't start anything," he replied. "I just didn't walk away." That sentence spread faster than any weapon. On alien worlds, young scientists questioned orders. Soldiers hesitated before using control devices. Traders refused to sell parasite tech. Because the excuse was gone, everyone had seen the truth. The beasts were never monsters. They were victims, and humans were the ones who noticed. The saved beast turned toward the open plains. Its future waited there. Then it looked back. Ethan smiled sadly. "Go." The beast hesitated. Then it released a powerful roar, one that echoed across the land and into the sky. A promise. It moved away, joining the others as they disappeared into the distance. Free, Ethan stood alone for a moment. Then human ships lifted off, leaving the dumping world behind. But the galaxy could not forget. History would record this day differently depending on who told it. Aliens would say, "This is the day humans became dangerous." Humans would say, "This is the day we proved who we are." And somewhere, deep in space, the feline tiger beasts would remember one simple truth. When a galaxy abandoned them, one human stayed, and that was enough to change everything.